Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Jasmy update. We want to take a look at our favorite altcoin Jasmy as we just started a new week to try and figure out what this week could actually turn out to be, right? So yeah, without me running my mouth too much, let me actually get into the real content. Here on the screen you can see three structures right here. So the one down below here obviously is the Jasmy price set, and the one that we have here is the Ethereum price set. This was the Ethereum price set, the top actually of the 2017-2018 bull run, but I just flipped it right and we get this same structure that the Jasmy price set is exhibiting right here. So we're gonna come back to that as well. We also have got the Netflix price set here. Also this was the top of the Netflix price set, and this is where the Netflix price set is actually today. So these structures, I think they exhibit what the Jasmy price set is exactly doing right here. Take a look at this. I mean, this is, it's really crazy. So what we see here with the structures is this massive resistance that is shown for the Jasmy price. That will be something like $0.008, and yeah, this was almost the same level here for the Netflix price set. So as you can see from the price sets, you test that resistance, get a rejection, you test it one more time, and then you finally break above it, right? For the Netflix price set, it was a little bit different because the range was actually quite wide, so you could actually have something like this here. Let me go ahead and show you like this, right? So you still test your resistance there, get an initial rejection, and then when you try the second time, you eventually get it there, right? So this is exactly what I think the Jasmy price set is going to do in the long run, obviously. So this is just my current perspective that we are eventually going to get above the $0.008 per Jasmy, and then it's going to be all hell break loose. So it could be actually a good payday for most of us right here, fingers crossed. So when you actually take a closer look with the structures, especially the Ethereum price set, you can actually see that the second time you were attempting to get to the resistance here, you really didn't get close to that, and that's exactly what the Jasmy price set is doing. And then you had somewhat of an ABC correction showing up right here eventually before you go to try it one more time. So that will be something like this here for the Jasmy price. That's your ABC correction, and it would mean that we are going to have a slight low compared to the one that we had at something like 0.00 58 or something like that here. So I'm expecting something like this to happen, and in the coming weeks or something like that, I expect downward price action here happening for the Jasmy price set. But as I've already mentioned, my grander perspective is that after this we are going to have like great times happening here on the Jasmy price set. Now if I take you to a shorter time frame, you can actually see that the Jasmy price set is sitting right at support right here. And yeah, we had this somewhat of a double top with an RSI divergence. It was obvious that we were going to get a rejection almost, right? So I don't know if this is going to hold, but in the worst case scenario, we will break below this level here at something like 0.0061. There is massive support obviously at something like starting 0.0058 all the way down to something like 0.0055. So there isn't much to be worried about here on the Jasmy price set. As I already mentioned, I'm expecting an ABC correction to show up. We may dip slightly below this level here in something like this here. We were saying we're expecting an ABC correction right here, so we could dip slightly here and then eventually start working our way to the top again, and eventually we get there, right? So yeah, we may be experiencing quite few weeks in the coming weeks, but eventually there are greater things that are going to happen here on the Jasmy price set, in my own opinion. And if you remember, I was showing you this falling wedge. This is something that is perfect. I really like this thing happening right here with the perfect backtest. But you know what is going to make this even much perfect? If we get a higher high here. So we break above this level here at 0.008. This is how key $0.008 is for Jasmy. Breaking close above it, and you actually get a bigger confirmation of this falling wedge. Now that falling wedge has got great price targets right here, the first one being something like 0.45 cents. And if you were someone like me who was accumulating Jasmy all the way down here, by the time we get here, this is actually like really good gains, right? Obviously if you want to stretch it a little bit more, you can actually take it the top right here, and that's something like 9, 10, 11 cents thereabout. That's something that is really good for the Jasmy price. At fingers crossed we see those things happening. So in the longer run, I expect the Jasmy price to beat $0.008, which is really key in my analysis. I think that this is the only level that is holding the Jasmy price back. Once that happens, I think we are good, and we can expect like great price targets happening in the immediate short term as well. If we continue getting rejected right here, and the price gets something to like 0.044 or thereabout, depending on how Bitcoin is performing, I think I would actually be thinking of loading more on my Jasmy bags, because I really think that even right now Jasmy is still cheap, but maybe I just want to take a break from loading more on my Jasmy, because there are some times where you actually get overexposed. So yeah, risk management is important. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but this is just my own opinion. Now, if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family. Also, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel, really, because I do tier on Jasmy on a regular basis. And with that being said, I'm signing out. See you on the next one. Bye.